Hello, and welcome once again to the Dr. Zeero Xiron Free Magic Secret Show, where we investigate all forms of magic. We talk about things and stuff. Talk about all the cool music I've been writing using Suno. Talk about the cool book I wrote called Apex Unhinged. And all you got to do is Google that. You'll find it. So, folks, I have quite an epiphany, realization, something to relay to the occult world, because I think I just decoded potentially the meaning behind the tarot. And you say that's a lot to say there, Dr. Zeero, but do listen to what I have to say, because the number 22 that the tarot trumps are, obviously, it's always been equated in occult circles with the Hebrew letters, which, of course, number 22. Aramaic also equals 22 letters. And both Aramaic and Hebrew have the same number values attached to the letters. It's just that Aramaic was like the currency language in the wider world that they existed in, and Hebrew was more like the concealed language that they spoke among themselves. That's why Hebrew is a little bit more important to study. Oh, way more important. Anyway, so talking about the tarot in general. So here's the lore. If you don't know, tarot cards popped up in about 1440-ish around Milan, Italy, and then they flourished in Italy. And then the French invaded northern Italy, and this is where the tarot cards got absorbed into the culture of France, and then which led to the Marseille deck, which came about in the late 1600s, early 1700s, whatever it was. And then it went on until 1854, when Eliphas Levi, the magician, the guy who started the occult renaissance, he wrote a book called The Doctrine and Ritual of High Magic, which had 22 chapters. And he was asserting that the 22 tarot trumps were the 22 Hebrew letters, and he was explaining all the connotations of it and such. So this became bedrock, because people realized when you have 40 suit cards, and you have the 22 trumps, and then you have the 4 court cards, this became educational flashcards for the Tree of Life. Because there's 22 paths on the Tree of Life. The number 40 is the 4 suits with 10 each. And then the 4 court cards are YHVH, the 4-letter name of God, right? That's the idea. Now, when you go back to the basis even further, the 22 tarot trumps represent the 22 points or coordinates, however you want to say it, on the cube of space that comes to us from the Sefer Yetzirah, which is the Kabbalistic, one of the foundational Kabbalistic tracks in rabbinical lore, you should say, Jewish literary sources, however you want to say it. So the long story short is that the tarot cards worked out perfectly where they were able to fit that system. And as we look at the history of tarot, we don't really know exactly who created them. It's just they appeared. And there's a lot of speculation as to whether it was a Jewish goldsmith who made them, and they were intentionally using the number 22 for the Hebrew letters, and maybe they knew about, obviously the Tree of Life, and maybe that was their plan from the get-go. But maybe there's a different number system at play. And I started researching it from the standpoint of, if you were an Italian of this era, with the knowledge that you would have in general, the number 22, the number 40, and the number 4 have significance and meaning that would be known all over Italian society. But it isn't necessarily, the Tree of Life diagram. So, because there's a really good chance that a Jewish guy didn't make the cards. So the question is what's going on here? And this has to do with number 22, known as the Master Builder, also known as the Master Number, also known as the Master Architect. And this will hook into something else momentarily that I'm talking about. So now the number 22 was known for all it's like. It's got a bunch of number magic or numerology that hooks into it, ways you can expand it or ways to use it. But when you go back, the ancient Egyptians considered it. It was part of their mathematical specialties. And Pythagoras said that there were 22 numbers. Number 22 is significant because there's 22 numbers that like create the universe and have their own vibration to them and are their own like living numbers, basically. And it's really crazy that his version of the number 22 is also going to correspond and reflect in many ways with the Hebrew formulation of what they're all about. And I'm studying both, so I can't really divulge all the intricacies, but they got a lot of the same makings, you could say. So anyway, the number 22 is well known throughout the medieval period and such, and then leading up into the Renaissance and such. So the thing that I'm saying is that instead of being the 22 Hebrew letters, what if number 22 was chosen as literally the master builder under that conception? Now, the larger thing that's pointing me in this direction, I need to say, is that before the tarot cards appeared, there were cards that were similar, and they were large and hand-painted, and they had some of the similar motifs that we see on the tarot trumps with the Visconti Sforza deck, which is the earliest one we know of. And what was basically going on was that the courts were teaching their children, and tutors were using educational flashcards to show children in the royal courts, like princes and such, teaching them how, like, different aspects of society. Like, there would be a card for each planet. There would be a card that would be like, this is the bishop, this is the teacher, this is the duke, this is the king, this is the queen. These are all these different figures in society. And you're trying to like teach, one of these isolated royal members about all the hierarchy of society that they have to one day govern. So tarot cards pop up, and they're in the vein of those, which are, explanatory, So when you look at the trumps in the Visconti Sforza deck, there's 4 of them missing. Among the ones missing are the devil and the tower. So we don't really even know if the devil or the tower even existed, to be honest. And there's 2 more that are missing. I just forget which ones they are. So anyway, we have these 22 trumps, or what's left of them. And some of them have different names and a little bit different motifs. And the number ordering is different. And, it might look a lot different if we had the full deck in tow. Hey, Dr. Zeero just found a joint on the ground, because that's what happens at the Dr. Zeero show. Marijuana just falls and falls and falls. So anyway, where was I? We're talking about, okay, so there's a chance that these cards plug into that. And the larger thing is like you're trying to teach a child about lessons of civility, lessons of governance, lessons of life lessons in general. So you got the 22 master builder number, and then we move on to 40. Now, from what I just said right there, the number 40 is the 10 cards in each suit, in 4 suits, right? So again, the number 4 is repeating, although not blatantly in your face, but the number 4 is there, and I'll move on to why that's important as well. But you get, 4 sets of 10, which comes out to number 40. Now, I was looking at the number 40, what would that mean for Italians at the time? And it was well known, because they were a Roman Catholic nation, 40 is the full measure of time necessary to complete a divine purpose. And it's stated over 150 times in the Bible. So the number 40, once again, is the full measure of time necessary to complete a divine purpose on earth. All right. So that would hook in perfectly with, the life lessons and whatnot. So which leaves us with the number 4, which are the court cards, which people have always attributed like I said, the 4-letter name of God, YHVH or IHVH or YHWH, however you want to do it. I always said that this would be the 4 court cards, right? But literally, I'm looking at the court cards and I'm thinking, this represents, society. It represents power structures, hierarchy, all this shit, this royal stuff. Well, in medieval Italy, the way they would be thinking about it is that 4 was considered the number of materiality, the body, and the earthly realm. And it represented the 4 corners of the earth and symbolized stability and the order of the physical world. And also 4 elements, 4 winds, 4 seasons, 4 directions. And 4 is the number of human experience. But most importantly, 4 represented the backbone of society. And what are the 4 court cards? They are the backbone of society. You got king, queen, knight, and then the page, which is like the crown prince or the princess, So take what I just stated as for what you will, but really ask yourself, we have this conundrum where, did a Jewish goldsmith have this brilliant vision to make educational flashcards for Kabbalistic lore in the Tree of Life and then pass them on to a royal court? Or is it a development of the sort of flashcard system that was going on before, but put towards a more aggressive use, using these classically famous numbers? Because, like I said, everyone in Italy had an inclination, if they were semi-researched and they knew a little bit about math or whatever, all this stuff is right in our face. So that's all for the Dr. Zeero Xiron Free Magic Secrets Show. I do believe I've stumbled onto something important here. Take it what you will. So, perhaps try to understand tarot from this lens. So, yep, that's it. And I will see y'all later. Later, guys.
Cruising stars, riding on cosmic winds, into the open, to shout the great unknown. Excitement electrifies, willing to pay the price to seek and explore intergalactical miracles and more. Final frontier, how many secrets do you hide? So let the journey begin in dignity and pride. Riding the wind on a thunderbird, traveling the road that no one has traveled before. Riding the wind on a thunderbird, traveling the road that no one has traveled before. Riding the wind on a thunderbird, universe so magical. Miracles and mythical thunderbird, take us there. The quest has begun, and we are the chosen ones, chosen to be the pioneers of humanity. Thunderbird, take us away, take us ashore, and let us stray among the wonders of time and space, to gain the knowledge of all our race. Destination unknown, the memory of all we've been leaving behind stays on our mind. Riding the wind on a thunderbird. Thunderbird, take us away in the stars on cosmic winds. Let us explore the miracles and more. Thunderbird, take us away, show us the realm, show us the wonders, we're holding the helm. Final frontier, how many secrets do you hide? So let the journey begin in dignity and pride. Riding the wind on a thunderbird. Thunderbird. Riding the wind on a thunderbird to over the road where no one has gone before. Thunderbird engage, take us away, let us stray among the stars, among the stars. Show us the wonders, show us the miracles, take us away, Thunderbird. The quest has begun, and we are the chosen ones, chosen to be the pioneers of humanity. Thunderbird, take us away, take us away, take us ashore, and let us stray among the wonders of time and space, to gain the knowledge of all our race. Destination unknown but never known. The memory of all we believe in behind stays on our mind. Riding the wind on a thunderbird, thunderbird. Riding the wind on a thunderbird. To boldly go where no one has gone before. Thunderbird engage, take us away, let us stray among the stars. Show us the wonders, show us the miracles. Take us away, Thunderbird. Thunderbird, Thunderbird, take us out on cosmic winds. Let us explore the miracles and more. Thunderbird, take us away, show us the realm, show us the wonder.